Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am participating in a Chic for Cheap craft challenge where we need to create some kind of piece of decor for as little amount of money as possible. So on a very strict budget, and we also need to showcase inspiration piece where we got inspiration for whatever we're making. This challenge is a monthly challenge hosted by my friend Christi over at Christi Creates. She's an amazing friend and such a sweet lady and wonderful crafter. And every month she has a different co-host. This month's co-host is Cass over at Crafting with Cass. I'm going to have both of their challenges linked in the description box, as well as the playlist for this challenge for you to check it out. For my first project, I actually saw this beautiful key organizer over at Etsy, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I would be able to recreate it. They would charge $35, and I think on a sale was $31. I knew I could recreate it for way less. Now, if I was in my house, in my garage right now, I would just snatch a piece of wood that I already had there. But since I'm not, you guys know we're building our house, so we're not in a house right now. I went to Dollar General and got this wood plank for $2.50 and already had that color like on an inspiration piece. The first thing I want to do is just peel this sticker off. It was very easy to peel it off. It wasn't leaving any kind of weird residue. Next, I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I will distress it. I just went over, like you see me over here, lightly on the top of it because I really didn't want it to be just that brown stain color. When I was done with this part, I went ahead and got my pencil and I started freehanding those words, his, hers, and I drew a little paw. Now, this is my personal preference. I wanted to show you how you can do it. You can use stencils, or you can certainly use your cutting machine to cut it out if you want it to be completely perfect, or you're just not comfortable freehanding it. After I was done with my pencil, I took this chalk marker that came from the Dollar Tree. I decided to go with that opposed to a paint because I thought it would look more rustic. And I was right. I really like the way this turned out. After that, I'm taking these hooks. I had them in my stash. I got them, I think, from Home Depot a long time ago. But you can use any hooks that you have. And I just took 3 of them. I screwed them. It was so easy. I just used my hand, spaced them out. And pretty much that's it for this project. You saw how easy this project was to make. And I think it looks absolutely adorable. This plank already had this jute twine that I was able to hang my organizer at, but you can certainly put any kind of twine or any kind of rope that you want, or you can just put a hook on the back of the plank. Now, I'm going to show you in just a minute how much I spent. Like I said, if you have a piece of wood laying around the garage, you can use that and it would cost you pretty much nothing to make this project. For me, it cost me $3 with the hooks to make this, and theirs was $31. I think I did pretty good. What do you think? If you're new to my channel, if you're coming from the playlist or other channels, I'm Jelena. Welcome. My channel is full of budget-friendly DIYs. I like rustic, farmhouse style, and I like creating things that I would use in my home. I like sharing tutorials, and if that's something that you would like to see, please stick around my channel. Check out my other videos. Hopefully you will like them enough to stick around, to subscribe. I am also on a social media. A lot of time I am on Instagram, where I share more of my DIYs. I share some finds. I share more about my family and what we do together. So if you happen to be on Instagram or maybe Pinterest or Facebook, make sure to look for me. I would really like to connect with you and just hear from you. I also wanted to remind you that my regular upload times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Unless I'm participating in a challenge like today or any kind of collaboration, then the times are changed and I'm going to let you know in advance. Now let's go and start with my second project. I saw this beautiful rustic nautical kind of feel lantern online, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I love lanterns, and I knew I had to make it. Now they priced it at $55, and I knew I could make it for less. Again, if I was in my garage, I would probably had some scrap wood laying around, and it would be even cheaper. But I'm going to tell you at the end how much mine cost. Now I took this cardboard sign that was from the Dollar Tree that I used previous in my project, and I cut out 4x4 square. Next, I'm taking these pieces of wood. They're actually base wood that actually I found at Dollar or Home Depot. And as you can see, they are sold by foot. 50 something cents and 60 something cents. It was very, very inexpensive. One was a kind of a triangle shaped, and the other one was flat on one side and kind of rounded on the other side. So I took the one that was a little bit rounded on one side, and I am counting 10 of them for 4 inches. I'm cutting them out with my miter saw, and then 10 of them 4.5 inches. Now I am going to sand off all the edges. I wanted to make sure they're all kind of not really smooth, but you know, when you're cutting with a saw, there are some pieces here and there that's sticking out. I also cut out from the triangle shaped base wood. I cut out 4 pieces of 8 inches. Now I'm gonna take my square base, and I'm gonna take 2 of the longer ones of 4.5 inches and 2 of the shorter ones of 4 inches. So I'm gonna first hot glue the longer ones on the opposite sides. And I'm using my hot glue in this case because it's easier for me to do. And this hot glue that I have is very, very strong, so it really stays on. But you can use any glue that you want, wood glue or anything else. And now I added those shorter ones of 4 inches on the other side. Next, I'm taking those that have that kind of like a triangle shape that I say, and I am going to hot glue them in the corners. And corners will go, those triangle parts are going to go in a corner, so they fit very nice and snug. So after all 4 of them were glued, you see me going along the way and just cleaning the hot glue right away. And then I'm taking all the pieces of wood that I had cut out, and I am going to hot glue them all around. First, I'm starting on the top, and then after that, you're going to see me spacing out the rest of them just along the way. And I didn't measure anything. I just went ahead and positioned them eyeballing, and I think it turned out pretty good. So I'm hot gluing them over here, and I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of them all the way around this lantern. When everything was done, this is how it looks like. Now I'm going to take my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color, and I will give it a one good coat. Now, I wasn't too careful in certain spots. If there was any wood showing through, that was completely fine with me. I just made sure most of the surfaces were covered. When everything was dried, I took this folk art wood tint in a color gray. I got this at Joann's, and oh my god, this lasts forever. It takes just a little bit on a brush to put on, and it gives such a great wood effect. So right after you put it on, you go ahead and wipe it off. If you want those lines to be stronger, you can leave it for maybe 10 seconds and then wipe it off. When everything was done, I am going to take this Waverly chalk paint in a color truffle and a chippy brush, and I will go over the edges and just a little bit over the whole lantern, making it look more rustic, and I wanted kind of a more dimension to it. I think it looks way better that way. Next, I'm taking this nautical rope, and I will create the handle. Now on that picture, you couldn't really see very good how the handle looks like. It actually sticking out from both sides, and then in the middle it has this kind of knot like I'm showing over here. Now again, since I'm not in my house right now, in my garage, I can't drill through the this plank of wood to make a hole. So what I did over here, I hot glued on the outside and then created a knot from another part of the rope and hot glued in the from the inside. So that way it looks like there was a hole and the rope went through. So after that, I decided to add a boxwood picks on the bottom and just took this tall candle from the Dollar Tree and I put it in. Now, this is how my lantern turned out. Mine is a little bit taller and not so wide like the one on the inspiration picture, but this is what works for me. And if you're recreating this, just make it your own. You can be led by inspiration picture, but just make it your own. You can even change the colors if you want. I really like how this turned out. If you guys do like it, please give this video a thumbs up. It means so much to me and it helps promote my video on YouTube. Share this video with some friends and family. Maybe they find it useful. And subscribe if you're new. Make sure to click on notification bell on all. That way you will not miss out on my videos. Make sure to check out playlist in the description box to see how everyone created something on a very strict budget. I'm sure you're gonna get great ideas. And now you can see that mine cost $5 and theirs was $55. Again, if you have wood laying around, it will be even cheaper. That's it for today's video. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.